policies.
Thank you.
The gentleman from New York, Mr. Garbarino, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to the witnesses for being here today. Dr. Frantantoni, the purpose of this hearing is to examine the challenges facing today's home buyers. So I want to talk to you about title insurance. FHFA recently announced a pilot program that would allow Fannie Mae to effectively self-insure the title on mortgages it backs. Curiously, FHFA's announcement said the pilot would reduce costs for lower-income households, but then went on to say it would be limited to low-risk refinances. In other words, borrowers who already own a home and have substantial equity. Can you make heads or tails of this apparent contradiction in the Biden administration's new government-run title insurance program? Put another way, do you believe that eliminating insurance for refinances will help first-time home buyers purchase their first home?
Yeah, so short answer is no. Title insurance, as you know, provides critical protections for the real estate finance system, borrowers, lenders, investors, by authenticating the parties at closing, confirming the authenticity of the transaction documents, and ensuring that the property being mortgaged is free of other debts. Title insurers provide insurance against future legal actions against the proper property ownership and mortgage priority. You know, for decades, MBA has had a policy that there should be a bright line between the secondary market activities that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are rightly involved in, providing liquidity to the market, and primary market activities that lenders, title insurers, others, using private capital, taking risk, are involved in. And we think this is another example of the GSEs potentially extending beyond the secondary market activities where they really are intended to be focusing their efforts under their congressional charters.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can't speak enough about how important title insurance is. I was a real estate attorney before I came to Congress. I did hundreds of closings, probably thousands of closings, and I've seen at the closing table, the title closers there. They're not just making sure all the bank paper. They make sure the deed's filed. They make sure everything's written out properly. You go through. You make sure there's no there's no liens on the property. They check the COs. They make sure. I mean, they do a lot. And I think waiving this and this pilot program, it starts just with refinances, but they've said they don't know where it could go. Replacing title insurance or getting rid of it for Fannie or Freddie could really hurt the consumer, because Fannie and Freddie is only interested as long as they back the loan. But title problems could come up much later down the line. So this is a real. I think this could be a real issue for homeowners, and actually could work against them. Just so could save a couple pennies at a closing, in the grand scheme of things, could cost a homeowner once this a lot of money in the long run. I would like to submit for the record, Mr. Chairman, a letter written by former Obama-era FHFA Director Ed DeMarco expressing caution on this very subject.
Without objection.
Thank you. Next, I want to move over to how we can encourage innovation in the mortgage interest market. We've heard a lot today about the challenges that first-time home buyers face when attempting to enter the market. My constituents face the same thing, actually, in New York. The latest stats have that New York has the lowest percentage of homeowners in the nation, under 55%. Given this, the goal should be to lower costs for New Yorkers, especially when it involves bringing in new private capital to create more options for consumers. One way to reduce prices in the housing space could be through a new model for providing mortgage insurance designed to create more flexibility and pricing for borrowers. By utilizing a new, streamlined, highly capitalized approach, direct mortgage insurance is estimated to save homebuyers $6,000 and reduce taxpayer exposure for the GSEs. Dr. Lutz or Dr. Frantantoni, or both of you, as homeownership has become increasingly unaffordable due to elevated prices and persistently high interest rates, do either of you believe that we should not be looking at new, innovative mortgage products to make add-on costs as competitive as possible?
I can take this first. We absolutely need to be looking at innovation. We have to be looking at innovation in every aspect to be bringing in new home buyers, and not just first-time home buyers. We also need to be thinking about retirees who want to downsize as well.
I guess I would be more cautious, right? I think the mortgage industry has learned the lessons from 15 years ago very well, and I think there's a genuine cautious there to make sure we're not overextending ourselves once again.
Thank you very much. My time's expired. I yield back.
Thank the gentleman from New York. The gentlewoman from Texas, Ms. Garcia, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to all the witnesses for being here today. As we have heard, housing is